Mental health check-in, y'all. Just left the gym, had a pretty good workout, feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? Oh, I'm about to go to hit the grocery store up and meal prep. If y'all haven't stepped into y'all kitchens yet, I suggest y'all do. The older I get, the more I realize how horrible processed foods are, how horrible American food is. I mean, I'm sure even grocery produce isn't as healthy and holistic as it is in other areas, but cooking more definitely is a game changer. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. This video is about Doja Cat, and I feel like Doja Cat's been a hot topic for a lot, and I want to take a different perspective on Doja Cat, the price of fame, and stan culture. I think Doja Cat is a really intelligent, socially intuitive artist, and I think that she is fighting back against stan culture and the unhealthiness of stan culture. Now, do I agree with her methods? I'm not sure. I mean, who knows what she's going through on a regular basis? Who knows, really, unless you are famous or have that level of fame where you're constantly engaging, or whether you are or not, you're constantly getting an influx and a projection from fans. And I can only imagine how daunting that is. I'm a very low-key, private type of person, so I couldn't imagine being famous on the Doja Cat or Drake or Kanye level. The influence is amazing, but just the kind of pedestal and expectation that is put on you is incredibly unhealthy, and I think it can really create identity crisis and identity issues. And I do like that Doja Cat is attempting to separate herself from that invasive and overly done projection from stan culture. It's not healthy at all. But one thing that I've realized, especially with somebody who is so creative and so artistic and just, again, socially intelligent and inclined, is people like that tend to go through a lot of different phases and shifts. I think we all do, just in general. That's just part of human nature. You're constantly going to grow and evolve. But I think there are different levels to it and different variations. Some people go through phases at a faster rate. Others, take their time. Others, it's a slow progression. Others, it's more of jarring juxtapositions of being on one end and then shifting to a completely different phase. But me being a fan of Doja's from the SoundCloud days, a lot of her hot pop hits were very foreign to me. I definitely still enjoyed it. I like seeing her progression. I like seeing anybody evolve and take an opportunity and just capitalize off of it. I think it's amazing. And with Doja, listening to some of her older records like No Police, if y'all haven't heard that one, listen to that. It's so different from a lot of her hot pop hits. And I do understand, but at the same time, I commend how she really navigated her pop, explosion. Because if y'all remember Say So, you remember when that blew up? You remember how she was performing that to ad nauseum? She performed that 100 times, and I remember just the whole time thinking, wow, she is a committed artist, because if it was me, I would have been over. I would have been so over having performed that so many times, but she did it. She did it for y'all, because that's what y'all wanted. And I think that lack of appreciation is something that a lot of people take for granted, is when your favorite, does something or performs something that the masses absolutely love and consume, whether they're whether they are as passionate about it as you are, they still will commit because they know how impactful that track or that project was for their fans. With that being said, I think things definitely escalated and took a turn as she again catapulted. But what I really am intrigued by and kind of wondering how the rest of her career is going to progress is the fact that she grew up in the era of social media. So I think with someone like Doja Cat, because an easy solution, I think for a lot of us would be to just kind of ignore, right? Like if your fans are constantly barraging you with things and that are invasive, asking about who you're dating and doing investigations to try to like tear down your partner, I can see how exhausting that is. I mean, there are a few celebrities who I can name who've kind of gone through that. I do think that, again, just kind of ignoring it is an easy solution. But I think that with Doja Cat, she's kind of navigated and grown up on social media. She was condemned for tiny chats. She's always on live somewhere. She's always connecting with people online. So I think that's just a part of her upbringing. She genuinely has been conditioned through social media, just like a lot of her generation. And I think that's why she is so aggressively, coming back at fans and clapping back at fans, because for her, that is a part of her, her life. That's a part of her growth. I mean, I don't know too much about how long her history has been communicating on social media, but that's what a lot of people do now. And I think that she is somebody who has actively navigated it for so long that for her, it is just a part of her brand, is communicating with people on social media and not feeling like she has to shy down or back away from, critique. And that part is interesting to me because when I see other artists do it, like, there's a lot of rap artists and, social media influencers who are constantly clapping back and addressing things in the media that have been sent to them by fans. I just know I could never. That's not my type of personality. It seems very draining and exhausting, but they seem to have the energy for it. But I want to know what y'all think. I think that she is, again, fighting against stan culture and how invasive it is. And she is doing it in a way that is so jarring and so off-putting. But I also think she doesn't care. I think she's just naturally a troll, and she understands that stans, cancel culture, all that is so temporary, and that you can always flow and vibe into different spaces. You can always accrue new fans. You always have some people who love certain things and who hate certain things. And I think she's just kind of not riding the wave, but I think she is creating her own flow. She's very much so a reminder of a few girls I went to school with who had that same kind of rebellious energy. They're super creative, they're very intelligent, and they just kind of do their own thing, and they don't care what anybody thinks. Beautiful, gifted, talented, and I see that within Doja. I mean, she definitely, again, if you haven't been rocking with Doja since SoundCloud days, I was into her when I didn't even know who she was. I thought she was a European DJ, and then I found out that, it's this little petite biracial girl who's, throwing all the hits. And so I do understand what she means by her real fans, because when you come from a super creative background where you were, rocking, if y'all remember those horrible wigs she was rocking, those are the days she comes from. She comes from those days where she didn't give a fuck. She was just out there trying to express herself, trying to unleash her creativity, and whoever rocked with it, whoever didn't. And that is what I love about Doja, is that she just really don't give a fuck. She just is here to be, exist, create, and to impact whoever is ready to receive it. So that's not meant for stan culture. Stan culture wants you to do what they want you to do. Doja's saying, I'm not doing what y'all want me to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and y'all gonna either fall in line or y'all gonna find a different road to take. But let me know what y'all think, and let me get my butt into this grocery store. Peace.